गाड़ी वाला आया घर से कचरा निकाल, गाड़ी वाला आया घर से कचरा निकाल। ये गाना हमने गुजरात में तो बहुत सुना है, पूरे भारत में हो सकता है आपने अपनी मातृभाषा में ये गाने सुने हो। स्वच्छ भारत अभियान। Friends, if you want to take our country, leading country in travel and tourism, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is going to play a pivotal role. And the latest recent company with its IPO, Antony Waste Handling Cell Limited, is a part of such kind of mission, such kind of goal. So today we are going to discuss on this company. Let me assure you that whenever we discuss on any IPO, we have no goal to tell you apply for the IPO or not. We have no goal to tell you that how much profit you are going to make on first day of the IPO. ये हमारा सब्जेक्ट नहीं है दोस्तों। हमारा सब्जेक्ट क्या है? A new company which has listed few days back or is going to get listed in coming few days. This company create huge wealth. If you invest today, in coming 10, 15 years, can it be a wealth creator or not? A multi-bagger or not? Any of our past recordings were also focused on this single thing, wealth or not. So come on friends, today we are going to discuss on this new company. Antony Waste Handling Cell Limited, a new IPO. You can apply till 23rd December. They have offered around 67 lakh shares at the price of 315. So raising around 210 crore. Price is 315 and market lot is 47. So your investment should be around 15,000 rupees. Right? Let us check about this company, that this company is having good financials or not, if the industry where they belong to is growing or not, are we going to see good growth in coming 10, 15 years or not, who are their peer group companies, and should we invest or not. So friends, if we just see a brief on their industry primary business, they are among top 5 players in municipal solid waste management industry, providing full spectrum of MSW services, which includes solid waste collection, transportation, processing, and disposal service across the country, primarily catering to Indian municipalities. So urbanization is a critical factor driving the MSW generation in the country. Changing lifestyle patterns, increasing disposable incomes have paved way for consumerism, have also contributed to waste generation in urban India majority. MSW generation is expected to grow at a rate of around 10% CAGR. MSW management market is estimated at around 5,000 crore this year and is expected to reach 10,000 crore by 2025 at a CAGR of 15% approximately. So increasing participation of professional players in collection and transportation services and development of scientific recycling and disposable methods for management of MSW is expected to be key driver for the market. The object of the issue are around 50 crore could be used for part financing for their subsidiary company and 38 crore could be used for reduction of the consolidated borrowing of their company. Shareholder of this company has been catered in two parts. Around 50% is with promoter and their promoter group, and around 50% is with investor group, right? And they are also selling shareholder during this IPO, like Guildford, Mauritius Limited, Cambridge Mauritius Limited, Tonbridge, and Leeds. If we just see their financial statement in brief, yes, their equity is 13 crore. Their sales is around 500 crore and making profit of 62 crore. Yes, they have grown from 300 crore to today's 500 crore. So good growth. Profit are also growing. We should not forget that they are having around 200 crore debt. So 200 crore debt on a company making 62 crore profit and 500 crore sales is not less. We should accept that this debt is high in this company. Red alert. So looking to the balance sheet of this company, you can see in the equity and liabilities column, company's equity is around 13 crore. Actually, it's 12.8 crore. With a reserve of 200 crore, their total equity comes to 315 crore. When we go to the liabilities column, where borrowings, you can see that non-current borrowing is around 130 crore. So we can say that yes, borrowings are high. We can't say it's a low debt company. Yes, this is a debt burden company. They are or maybe growing, but yeah, debt is there. To see what is their growth, let us check their financial statement. So here is their consolidated financial statement. You can see clearly that during 2018, their revenue from operations were 280 crore, which grew from 280 to 284 in 2019, and last year it reached to 450 crore. It shows their expansion mode. So yes, company is able to grow their sales well. It's obvious that costs are also increasing from 240 crore to 380 crore. No need to worry. Yes, their profits are also increasing from 40 crore in 2018 to 62 crore last year. Last to last year, there was a little dip in the profit because, as you saw, sales have not grown largely. Considering this profit, we can say company would and is able to grow. Profits are growing and current EPS is 28 rupees. So basis for issue price, why I should pay 315 rupees for one share which is priced at 5 rupees face value, why I should pay 315 rupees? If we look on their qualitative factors, yes, they are a leading service provider in municipal solid waste management sector with end-to-end capabilities, strong track record of project execution, diversified business model, access to technology-backed vehicles and equipment enables them to manage their operations efficiently. Yeah, and their promoters and management team are well experienced. But this much quality factors are not enough. When we go to their quantitative factors, first thing in quantitative factor is what I get if I pay you 315 rupees. Answer is hidden in their future prospect. Let us see their future prospect. To see future prospect, we need to see the country where they are in operation. COVID-19 induced lockdown across the entire nation has disrupted the Indian economy at multiple levels. This is particularly evident from the sharp contraction in GDP growth number at 23.9% for the first quarter of financial year 21, during which time large parts of the country were under lockdown. Post Q1, the economic activity witnessed gradual recovery as manufacturing plants and offices opened up for businesses post the lockdown period. Some of the high frequency indicators such as e-way bill generation, online transactions and new vehicle registrations also started appearing in green. However, the increasing number of COVID-19 cases are a red alert, but yes, India began to fly again. Asian Development Bank estimates India GDP to contract by 9% this year but bounce back again with 8% GDP growth next year. It would be one of the highest among major economies globally. GDP boom gives boom to GDP per capita. India's largest lender SBI estimate that due to corona, India's per capita income is expected to decline 5% this year. The decline in per capita income is expected to be in double digit for 8 states and UTs, which typically cater to around 50% of India's GDP. So rich states such as Maharashtra, Gujarat, Telangana, and Tamil Nadu, which are also experiencing surge in Corona cases are expected to be most affected in per capita income terms. However, as India's economy bounces back in 22, the per capita income is also expected to improve, thereby supporting consumption demand and discretionary spending. So, yes, we can say consumption has been affected due to GDP fall because GDP was directly related to GDP per capita. GDP per capita is related to consumption. As in coming time, we are seeing good recovery. We are going to see high recovery in consumption also. So as GDP would be growing, we can we should see population also. Population growth. So with the population of around 137 crore, India is the second largest population in the world. Population is estimated to grow at CAGR of 1%, which is faster than China. So in coming 5 years, we are going to become the most populous country in the world. Positive thing is that the country has relatively young demographic profile with a median age of 28.4 years. It is one of the lowest globally as compared to 38 in US and 48 in Japan, even 38 in China. So it is going to give boost to urbanization. So urbanization is going to happen. The growing urban population of India has led to increase in urbanization of the country. There has been significant increase in urban towns and cities in the country over past few years, and a concomitant increase in people living in such urban towns and cities. India's urban population increased from just 28% in 2001 to 31% in 2011 and has further increased till 35% right now. So the high economic growth, high standards of living and increasing opportunities in cities have led to almost 1 crore people migrating to cities and towns every year, which has further added pressure on these cities in terms of infrastructure and housing. So yes, the government has been working on planned urbanization, including smart city initiatives, scheme for affordable housing, slum rehabilitation schemes providing affordable housing to the poor by developing innovative housing finance. अरे पीयूष भाई क्या जीडीपी पर कैपिटा ना अर्बनाइजेशन इसका एंटोनी से क्या लेना देना एंटोनी का लेना देना इसलिए है बिकॉज एंटोनी इज अ वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी एंड एज सिटीज वुड ग्रो waste would grow in volume term. Total waste generating levels are estimated to be around 31 billion ton globally. In value terms, in rupee term, if you will compare the market, then the market globally is 23,000 billion. So what type of waste are there? Municipal waste generation is largely influenced by economic development. Actually, OECD, that is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development countries, are the highest waste generator globally. For example, USA generates around 27 crore TPA, whereas Brazil generates around 8 crore TPA. So waste composition of any country is also directly influenced by factors such as economic development, climate, and culture. Waste composition in developed countries typically has higher share of inorganic material such as plastic, aluminium, etc. Brothers and sisters, if waste would be generated, then we should have the way to remove that waste. Globally, waste collection efficiency is found to vary by national income and by region. Higher income countries tend to have better waste collection, as you can see in the chart. In high income countries, it is important to note that the collection rate is typically much higher, around 90% than the global average, primarily because the cost in the collection methods are sophisticated, mechanized, machine are used. Focus on sanitation and economic ability to fund waste collection and transportation and cultural factors. हमने पिछले साल भारत में भी यही चीज देखा जब हमने फंड रखा स्वच्छ भारत अभियान पे काम हुआ देखो कितना इंप्रूवमेंट आया तो अगर उसका निकाल करते हैं तो कैसे करते हैं See, globally, scientific and controlled landfilling technology is widely popular method for treatment and disposal of waste. It is estimated that around 52% of the total waste treated globally is done through scientific and controlled landfill technology. 33% of the world practices open dumping of waste, which is a popular practice majorly in South Asia, and it stated that in India also. 77% of the waste is disposed in open dumps. 18% is composed and only 5% is recycled. देखा होगा अपने अपने सिटी के बाहर वो बड़ा टगला होता है जिधर आके वेस्ट डिस्पोज होता है. So waste processing technologies adapted vary according to country's income level. For example, in high income countries such as Denmark, WTE and recycling technologies are widely used. Whereas in low to middle income countries such as Morocco and even in India, open dumping is widely popular. So as we know that what our country does right now, let us see global solid waste management industry trend. For instance, Evo Eco, a US startup, has created an interactive bin called Evo Bins. It displays on its screen information about the kind of waste that goes into the bin. Such waste bins simplified the process of segregating sorting and thus making cleaning easier. Another company, a BHS, and Oregon, the US-based waste management company, has advanced sorting system equipped equipped with its Max artificial intelligence and autonomous quality control units. In France, like Trino, from France is another innovative company. In this space, doing waste analytics and reporting to improve waste management efficiency. So emerging countries are also making use of IoT in waste management, like BA, a Sharjah-based waste management company, has deployed 42 solar-powered smart bin across the UAE. So another trend is like growing trend of electric vehicle for waste collection. Another trend is shifting away from open dumping. As we saw in India, 77% is there. So developed countries such as Sweden, USA, UK have already moved away from open dumping of waste to large extent. A similar trend is now being observed in developing countries also, such as Sri Lanka and our India. So now from globally, let us see what India municipal solid waste management market is all about. As you can see in this chart, major market participants range from large domestic and multinational environment firms such as Antony, Ramki Enviro, to small and medium enterprise such as Vermigold Ecotech that are trying to gain a foothold in this market by capitalizing on opportunities and harnessing growth potential. So each segment offers various type of business opportunities. MSW, Municipal Solid Waste segment, has high potential in collection, as you can see. Antony Waste and Ramki Enviro are among select few companies who have pioneered this sector. Also, there are very few companies with expertise in landfill construction and management. Antony Waste is among the leading player in this sector with in-house expertise for landfill construction and management. What do they do to waste? There are several different things what to do with waste, but waste to energy is also a good concept. We can see waste to energy, which is known as WTE plants, are also being explored across India. WTE plants are particularly suitable for cities with population of more than 10 lakh, producing more than 300 TPD of waste. So yes, this was a good option, and in coming time we are going to see total 26 such plants around the country which are under construction. So as you can see, the biggest contributor was even door-to-door collection. As of March 2020, around 97% of all wards of the country, that is around 84,456, has achieved 100% door-to-door waste collection. That's real great achievement. In 2017, it was 40,000 watts. And yes, last year this mission was achieved. So we can't talk smart city initiative without talking on waste management. See, proper waste management system is one of the key aspects of any smart city planning. So till now, what we have learned that this is an important sector. Current market is 5,000 growing to 10,000 crore. We know that there are limited players. We know that country is going to grow this this municipal solid waste. So yeah, there should be growth in the companies which are doing business in this industry. So let us check some detail of this company, Antony. So yes, they are among top five player in the Indian MSW management industry with established track record of more than 19 years, providing them full spectrum of MSW services, including solid waste collection, transportation, processing, and disposal service. Currently, they are having around 18 projects. Example, Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, Nagpur, etc. A fleet of around 1,200 vehicles. Their focus in all those cities with more than 10 lakh population. कितना city है 10 lakh से ज़्यादा? There are 50 cities in India with more than 10 lakh population. And till 2030, we will see around 79 cities with more than 10 lakh population. So, what will be the conclusion of this discussion if you want to discuss in three fine lines? Considering this company from growing industry, we should assume that their today's sales of 464 crore should be converted to around 2000 crore in next 10 years. Yes, their sales growth could help their profits, which are today 62 crore, to reach around 250 crore in coming 10 years. But yes, there is a big villain, and that is their debt. Their debt can create huge volatility in profits in coming time, and hence it should affect their price also. So maybe we may not see high consistency in profits. So if we invest in this company, whether during the IPO or post IPO, we should invest around 1% of the portfolio at max. Track this company later because we do not know this promoter history. We do not know their performance as we can compare it with other companies. So track their results, and if comfortable, you can slowly increase your weightage, or if not, can decrease. Good one, but not as so confident in Route Mobile, in CAMS, in LTI, in LTTS, in FL, etc. etc. So thank you so much and best of luck to everybody.